as Mbas party in Meru?
Yes, I have been elected under the DEP or Mbas party.
Thank you. Also confirm that you generated the report on public participation that you placed before this committee and which is contained in your bundle of documentation.
I cannot confirm that because the report is prepared by the clerks of the county assembly. I could not have been in the 16 stations where public participation was done so that I can come and report. It's the clerks of the assembly who were in those areas together with the unsent records that they gathered from the hearings of the public and from the speeches that were made, who prepared the report, who brought together all the views that came from the 16 stations. But since I was the mover of the motion, I ran the report in the assembly.
Let me refer you to your own bundle of documents, and I'm referring to volume 4 at page 7. Kindly read the title of that document.
Can I get a copy of volume 4?
Page 7 of volume 4.
Yes?
Can you read the title of that document that appears from page 7?
It's the report of the public participation on the motion to impeach the Meru County Governor conducted at various sub-counties in Meru County on the 13th of December 2022.
So that is a report?
Yes.
And that report goes on from page 7 to page 16. Am I right?
Yes.
And at the bottom of page 16, your name appears, Honorable DMK Kyogora, Member of County Assembly, Abogeta West Ward.
Yes.
And that indeed is the end of the report.
Yes.
So this is your report, Honorable MCA.
In that regard, it is.
It is, thank you. Did you have an opportunity to peruse through and analyze the memoranda?
Order, Counsel. Witness, are you withdrawing your earlier remark that this was not your report?
Yes.
And substituting it?
I'm withdrawing my earlier comment that this was not my report and substituting that this is my report.
Why the sudden change within a space of very few seconds?
So according to what I understood, the question you had asked before going into the report was whether I am the one who went to all these places. That's the way I understood the first places, hearing the opinion of the public, and then I did the report myself. But I own it since I was the mover of the motion, and there is no provision for any other person in the assembly other than the mover to read the report together with the motion that they are moving.
Counsel?
Thank you, Chair. My question was very specific as to whether he generated the report, not whether he collected the views. We shall address that issue at the closing point, Mr. Chair, but thank you for that.
There is a difference between generation and delivering the report, and that's what I want. I understood generation of the report. That's why.
Honorable MC, I have not asked a question. It is cross-examination. You strictly answer the questions. You do not give remarks unless you're called upon to do so.
The chair was replying to the chair's question.
Order, witness. You will not chair this session. You will respond to questions. You are risking messing your case by volunteering information. Stick to the things you are asked for.
I hear you, Chair.
Thank you. So, Honorable MCA, it is on record that you have a particular hatred for the governor of Meru. Is that true?
That's not true.
That's not true. Have you made any utterances or statements that confirm that you think the people of Meru made a mistake electing this governor? Are you on record saying that?
I have not made any remarks saying that the people of Meru made mistake by electing the governor.
Have you at any point said that the governor of Meru is incompetent, illiterate, and so on?
Maybe during the campaigns.
During the campaign. So you confirm that during the campaigns you uttered utterances to the effect that the governor was incompetent and illiterate.
And I still uphold that view.
Thank you very much. So you still uphold the fact that the governor is illiterate and incompetent.
Those are the words of the campaign and they're still my words.
Thank you. That conviction then led you to believe that the only solution available is for the governor to be impeached. Isn't that the case?
No, it doesn't matter my convictions. What matters is the evidence, is the actions of the governor to prove me wrong.
To prove you wrong.
Yes, through our actions.
Let's go back to the public participation report. Did you analyze the various views and memoranda presented by the people of Meru as you allege?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
Thank you. Have you noted that all the memorandum were received by the county assembly on 13th of December? Have you made that confirmation?
Through the stamps.
Through the stamps?
Yes.
And the stamps indicate that that is the day when all the memorandums were received by the clerk?
Yes.
When was the advertisement done for the people of Meru to present their memoranda?
7 days prior.
7 days?
Yes.
Precisely, that was on 7th of December, isn't it?
Yes.
That is when the advert went out.
Yes.
And there is no member of Meru community that presented their memorandum until 13th. All of them suddenly presented their memoranda on one day, on 13th.
Yes, the forum was open for oral presentations or written memoranda, so that those who brought memoranda and never spoke, the memoranda spoke for them or briefly talked about what is the memoranda and sat down, and others who gave their oral presentations.
Talking about the written memorandum, was there any memorandum received prior to 13th?
I cannot deny or confirm that because I'm not party to the people who have access to the emails of the county.
You have your report and it's on record and you have it with you. Can you peruse through the written memorandum and show me any memorandum that was received by the clerk before 13th?
The likely truth teller for receiving memoranda could not just be the stamp person, but by the date the memoranda was sent. If they were to be printed straight from the emails, they can show directly when those particular emails was received.
Yet there are no emails that have been produced before this house. Are there any emails produced before this court, this committee?
I think we are subjecting ourselves to the report of the motion.
It's a direct question, DMK.
And going by the fact that some of the supplementary affidavits that you have brought at the moment, if requested upon, they can be submitted together with other materials like the chair directed about the supplemental materials.
Let's move on to the next question. Do you also note from your report that all the memorandum against the impeachment of the governor are handwritten, yet those that are in support of the impeachment are printed? Can you confirm that fact from your own report?
I cannot confirm that.
Cannot confirm. You have the report with you. Why can't you confirm? I put it to you that all the memorandum, written memorandum, that are against the impeachment are handwritten, confirming to the originality. But all the others are computer printed. Is that the case?
No. I even have one on page 396 of your volume, whereby someone by the name Jacob Idhali, ID number 13525495, reads, if I can read this correctly, mimi nikiwa mkaaji wa Naadho Ward nasema
Mr. DMK,
Kawira Mwangaza ameshindwa kufanya kazi na viongozi wengine.
Confirm that you're reading from page 396.
Yes.
Is that document handwritten or computer printed?
This one is... This document is handwritten. It's just photocopied.
Period. That's what I wanted to confirm. That any memorandum not in support of the...
But this one is in support of impeachment. Can you read it?
No, you're answering your own question. I am saying, is there any written memorandum against the impeachment that is computer generated, or they are all handwritten?
You're confusing me, Council. You're saying the memoranda.
Order. Council, re-paraphrase your question.
Yes.
We want to be clear. We want the witness to know what he's responding to.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Re-paraphrase, please.
Honorable DMK, I'm asking a simple question. Is there any memorandum that is not in support of the impeachment that is computer generated? Am I clear now?
Any memoranda?
Yes, in your report.
That is not in support of the motion.
Yes.
Which means any memoranda that is in support of the motion that is computer generated. That is the question.
It's
right?
a direct question. Why are you paraphrasing? I am asking you, have you come across any memorandum that says the governor should not be impeached that is computer generated?
I've not gone through, so I cannot confirm that unless we go through them. There are thousands of them.
Yet you generated the report.
Order, witness. Witness, this is your evidence. So if you cannot convert your own evidence, you are saying the document before us is not yours.
Yes, this document, Mr. Chair, is mine. Yes.
And respond.
To be fair, Chair, through the Chair, to be fair, I don't think it's the witness alone who is confused by what counsel is asking. I am also confused. What are you asking the witness? Because he has read to you a document that is handwritten that is not in support of the impeachment. That's what he was reading at 139, I believe. So I am also confused, Chair.
That's why I said I gave him an opportunity to re-paraphrase. You start afresh and go slowly. Don't rush. Once you use not and not twice,
it's positive.
Many people get lost because English is not our language anyway.
Thank you, Chair. DMK, a very direct question. Have you come across any memorandum by members of the public asking the governor not to be impeached that is not handwritten?
A memorandum supporting impeachment that is unwritten, right?
No. A memorandum that is not in support of the impeachment. Let me put it differently. Curiously, DMK, all the memorandum that are in support of the impeachment are computer generated. And all the memorandum that are not in support of the impeachment are handwritten. Am I right or wrong?
You're wrong.
Show me one that is not.
Because you are saying they are computer generated.
Yes.
What is computer generated, Council, according to what you're asking? Because if I wrote my memorandum using a computer, or I went to a cyber and typed it and printed, I brought the memorandum, somebody else wrote theirs, it was photocopied. All of them are supposed to be admitted as a memorandum because some people went to the cybers, they wrote their memoranda and brought them. Others wrote them by hand, then they have been photocopied using the computers.
Through the Chair, Council.
You are confused?
We have the bundle. At page 189, there is a document that is typed. 189. It is typed, what you're calling computer generated. It says, I humbly pray to support the impeachment motion of impeaching Honorable Bishop Kawira Mwangaza. It's a typed document supporting the impeachment. At page 390, there is a handwritten document. It's not typed.
Yes.
And she is saying, whoever it is writing, saying, for the following reasons, I request the Honorable choose to impeach the governor. Saying the same thing. So what is your point, Council? Because you have lost me.
Let me go straight to demonstrate my point here. page 175.
175.
Are we there? Can you read the first paragraph, the first two paragraphs?
I am a female adult of sound mind, of ID number 32692985, a citizen of the Republic of Kenya working and residing in Abodhogoch West Ward, Imane Central Sub-County, Meru County. I wish to support Honorable DMK's notice of motion dated the 21st of November 2022 intended to impeach the Honorable Kawira Mwangaza by stating the following: that on the 3rd October 2022, Murega Baichu, and goes on to state other reasons.
Can you read the next memoranda?
Which page?
Page 177.
Yes. Can you read the first three paragraphs?
That I am a female and daughter of sound mind, ID number 337718, a citizen of the Republic of Kenya, and a resident of Abodhogoch West Ward, Imane Central Sub-County, Meru County. I wish to support Honorable DMK Kyogora's notice of motion dated the 21st of November 2022 intending to impeach Honorable Kawira Mwangaza by stating the following reasons.
Are you looking at paragraph 1? Is it similar to what appears at paragraph 2 at page 175 verbatim, word for word?
Appears similar but is not the same.
Same. Can you kindly read 175 paragraph 2? First of all, tell us who is the author of that memoranda.
175.
175.
Felicity Kinanu.
And the one appearing under page 177?
Betty Gasheru.
You confirm those are two different people?
Yes.
Can you read what Felicity says at paragraph 2? Compare that with what Betty Gasheri says at paragraph 177, another page 177, page 1.
The point number 1.
Yes.
That on the 3rd October 2022, Murega Baichu, husband to Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, after visiting Nyegoji MYS Center, Governor on a Facebook page without tangible facts declared the owner of the leased facilities as thieves and refused to pay the pending bills. Number 2, that I watched Weru TV on 7:30 p.m. news and saw county workers denying access to Dr. John Toiti, the General Manager to Meru County Revenue Board offices at Makutano, which was against the court orders issued as it was reported in the news bulletin.
Have you seen any similarity, word for word, with what those two say?
It's not, because if you look at page 177,
Order witness. We are not going to spend the whole evening
it's not.
on the same point. The point the council is making is that either these documents are doctored or it is a case of copy and paste. Somebody was working for these people and telling them to append signatures. Just sort it out, we proceed.
Thank you, Chair. May I demonstrate one more?
Yes, please.
Because of time.
Yeah.
Can you go to page 153? Tell me which citizen of Meru presented that memorandum. 153.
Duranira Salesio Mutuma.
Duranira Salesio Mutuma.
Yes.
I am sure you know who Salesio Mutuma is.
Yes.
He comes from Bode Ward. Is that true? Bode constituency.
Yes.
Compare that with page 211. Who is the author of that memorandum?
Page 2, 11 is a continuation of page 210, and the others are many listed there.
I want you to read paragraph,
Up to 129.
read paragraph 2.9, appearing at page 153. Read that paragraph.
2.9.
Yes.
That on the 25th of October 2022, Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, while in Abogeta Westward, South Imenti constituency appointed...
No. Do not. Please read what is written.
Page 153.
It is not appointed. Read what is written there. There is a word there. You've just said appointed.
It's appointed.
Appointed. You believe that is a typo, right?
Yes.
Good. Can we go to page 211? Paragraph 5. Paragraph 5.
That on 25th October 2022, while in Abogeta Westward, South Imenti constituency appointed alternative MCAs.
So is it possible that two different people in two different locations are making the same typographical error?
What you recognize, Council, is that Salesi Motuma might come from Bori, but is a resident of Imenti South. So there is a possibility, and is very active in politics, that these people might know each other. So it doesn't have to be because they come from different places.
Order, Mr. Kiogora. You are on oath, and your counsel will advise you that there is an offense called perjury.
Is it possible, and you've not answered that question, that two different people presenting their thoughts on the impeachment are making the same typographical errors when presenting their views?
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
Doesn't it then confirm that these documents were prepared by the same person?
I cannot confirm that.
From your assessment?
I can't confirm that.
But do you confirm that the
forensic
contents,
audit?
do you confirm that the contents therein are appearing word for word, including making the same typographical errors?
Yes, they appear word to word as the motion.
Let's go to 177 again. Paragraph 1. Compare that with what appears at 189. Paragraph 1. Read the contents. 177.
Chair, I think council should be advised that your point has been made. You do not need to belabor the point. You are presenting before a committee of people who can tell what is going on. You have had the warning that the chair has read to the gentleman. I think your point is made. Move on. We don't have the time.
Thank you very much, Honorable Senator, for that. So I put it to you, lastly, that indeed all the written memorandum were done by people who are seated in a room and keen on ensuring that the governor goes home, and they usurped the role of the people by purporting that indeed the people of Meru wanted the governor impeached. What would you say?
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Thank you. Let's go to the illegal appointments. Let's first of all look at the illegal appointment of the first gentleman. Rather, before I go there, in the oversight role, have you at any point summoned the governor to appear before the county assembly or before any committee to answer to any of the allegations that you seek her to be impeached for?
No.
You have not. Don't you think that the first point of call would be to summon the governor or any other office holder to shed light on the allegations before you proceed to the very last resort of seeking to impeach the governor?
According to the veracity of the issues that are attached on motions, it would have called us to summon her to many committees because she was committing offenses around different areas. It's technically impossible.
To do what?
To summon her to so many committees to answer to so many charges. She has 62 of them.
But there has been no attempt to summon even to one.
There hasn't been an attempt.
There hasn't been any attempt. Was there anything that preventing you from doing that?
Nothing that I can speak of, but the veracity of the number of offenses committed in the short period, and also the fact that in the timing of the formation of the committees of the county assembly, the time they have been elected, forming them and having chairs in place, so many things have been done that culminated to this gross misconduct, whose cure, according to the constitution, is impeachment. So I think even being summoned at the assembly and refusing to come is audience enough that she ignored.
Thank you. You have alleged that the governor is guilty of nepotism and illegal appointments, specifically the appointment of a spouse in a county office.
Yes.
Which county office was the first gentleman appointed to?
That of the patron of the Meru service.
Is that an office under the county establishment?
It's inexistent, so it was being created and an occupant declared the very moment.
So you confirm that indeed there was no such office established by law?
The governor created it.
Do you have any instrument of that creation?
The governor herself, she's supposed to be taken seriously with her words, and it was played here.
Are you also aware that first gentlemen and first ladies of various counties have various roles they play or initiatives that they spearhead within their respective counties?
I'm aware of that, and those are programs, normally programs that are of CSR in nature.
Thank you. So they are corporate, CSR means, I believe you mean corporate?
Social responsibility.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did you take time to establish whether this appointment was under corporate social responsibility?
It was not, and it was not gazetted as such.
Did you take time?
I took time to interrogate it. The creation of an office in a body already established by an act cannot be taken to be CSR.
What was the nature of your investigations?
Inquiring into the law, first of all the constitution itself about the creation of county offices, about the creation and the way public service is supposed to be run, the County Governments Act. I also inquired about the County Assembly's own act, whether it has given the governor any mandate to expand the organs that were created by the Meru County Service Act.
In the clip that you played here, the governor specifically says that this is a voluntary job and it will not attract any salary. Is that true or not?
That's what she said.
Is there any public office that is done voluntarily or without any pay?
The one she was creating, she's creating presidents.
Is there any public office?
That was the first that she created.
She created. You were in the previous government as an MCA. Are you aware that the first lady of Meru then, Priscilla Morongi, was appointed by her husband to a public office?
I'm not aware that that was a public office. It was a program that was called CSR, and I think you adduced an attachment of a gazette notice where the CCM sat down and created the Taweza program, came toward the first lady of the country and created the Beyond Zero, such a CSR body was created, not body, rather a CSR activity for the first lady.
So there was gazettement of that office?
Yes, and it was created on an act.
Private offices usually gazetted?
Private offices?
Yes. Corporate social responsibility offices, are they usually gazetted?
Was that an office? It was not.
I'm asking you.
It was a program. I'm not saying that the previous governor did not create any office. And in any regard, he is not under trial here.
Did you at any point question the governor of Meru then, on Abukiraitu, on the appointment of his wife to spearhead that program?
There was no need for questioning.
There was no need for questioning?
Yes.
Why is that so?
As I said, this is a CSR program that was created. It's not like you create a county office in an existing semi-autonomous body whereby you create a patron. When you put someone as a patron of an organ that exists, you are giving them mandate even to summon that organ because they are the patron. And that's what the spouse started doing.
You confirm that establishment of new offices is under the mandate of the County Public Service Board.
Yes.
Was this done through the County Public Service Board?
No.
Did you at any time try to...
Which one now are you talking about? The one for the current governor or the previous governor?
The one by the current governor. Did you?
She did create it on the County Public Service Board.
Where was it created then?
She created by a speech that she read that was played in the very house.
Did you at any time confirm with the County Public Service Board whether indeed that office was ever created under the county?
That is immaterial because the governor of the county is not a comedian. Our ones are supposed to be taken seriously.
Order witness, you cannot do that. When a question is put to you, you answer either in the affirmative or not. You can now not become opinionated and start saying it is immaterial. Don't, please.
I'm guided, Honorable
For
Chair.
the respect of the people of Meru.
I'm guided, Honorable Chair.
This is a very emotive issue.
Have you sought information from Treasury Meru County whether the first gentleman is under any pay using public money?
I have not, and there was no need because the governor clearly said that he will not be paid, so there was no need to inquire.
So you know that he was not supposed to be paid.
The governor said he will not be paid.
Then what is your accusation against the first gentleman? It's not a public office.
I'm not accusing the first gentleman, I'm accusing the governor.
Of doing exactly what?
Of creating an office and an organ that was created by an act of the county assembly, calling it the patron of the Meru Youth Service and appointing the spouse there. And we know the work of Meru Youth Service, the kind of budget that service has.
Let's move on. You've also accused the governor of usurping the role of the municipal board.
Yes.
And to that effect, you have produced a clip showing the governor appointing members of the public to a committee.
Yes.
So the question is, was the governor appointing members of the municipal board, or was she appointing a committee to deal with a specific issue?
She was appointing a committee to deal with matters that are supposed to be left to the Meru Municipal Board. And the board has been mandated to deal with the issues she was appointing a committee to deal with.
Have you summoned the board to shed light on whether indeed their roles and mandate have been taken over by this committee?
We have not.
Have you looked at the terms of reference of this committee?
Yes, from the speech the governor gave. We have heard the terms of reference that she gave them.
But have you sought from the governor or any other public office?
Yes, we sought the governor to come to the county assembly on the 14th of December to explain these charges, and she failed to come.
Do you understand the function and establishment of the municipal board?
Yes, I do understand.
What are they? What are their functions?
The board is supposed to oversee issues that have to be done around the Meru municipality.
Pardon?
The board is supposed to oversee functions, issues that are supposed to be dealt with around the municipality.
You're supposed to be guiding us on the specific functions, and that's what I asked.
Am I allowed to refer to the law?
Go ahead. Because you've accused the governor of usurping the role of the municipal board. I would expect you to know the functions of the municipal board. Specifically, which functions did she usurp?
I would like to request council for the county assembly to supply with the Meru Municipal Charter.
I am amazed, DMK, that this is your motion and you have no idea what the functions of the municipal board are, yet you're accusing the governor of usurping those functions. That you have to seek help of your council to do that.
I'm not a lawyer, so forgive me, please. And there are so many illegal things she has done for me to grasp all of them.
Yeah, kindly, you can share with the witness.
Perhaps, Chair, as he shares, he should also refer to us on which pages we can be able to follow those on their bundle.
Chair, that would be volume 2 of the Assembly's documents at page 56. And it also goes to page 57, pages 56 and 57.
Yes, the board is supposed to exercise the executive authority as delegator provision of services to its residents, as the residents of the municipality impose such fees, levies and charges as may be authorized by the county government for delivery of services by the municipality or the city, promote constitutional values and principles, ensure the implementation and compliance with policies formulated by both and the national and county government, make bylaws or make recommendations for issues to be included in the bylaws, ensure participation of the residents in decision making, its activities and programs in accordance with the schedule to this act, exercise such other powers as may be delegated by the county executive committee.
Of the specific issue that the governor was addressing
Yes.
when he met the working groups of the taxi drivers.
Yes.
What was the issue?
The issue was about squabbles regarding parking spaces and some people who had taken over a site known as the G4S area, and one person had taken over the area and was deciding who would pick passengers from there. Then there were the issues of leadership emanating from various taxi operator organizations that are within the town.
Did the governor then try to look for an homegrown solution by asking volunteers from the two working groups to form a committee and present a formal memoranda to her?
No.
Is that what she did?
No.
What did she do?
She appointed them, appointed our chairman, appointed the treasurer, appointed the vice chairman from the people who are there.
What were the mandates of that committee?
To go and investigate as to what are the issues that are being raised in the town, then to ensure that people settle where they are supposed to settle, especially those who are picking passengers, to pick them from where the committee will designate them to pick passengers from, which is a mandate of the board.
Of all the people who are appointed by the governor to be in that committee, has any of them drawn any benefits from the county coffers?
They have not drawn any benefits that I'm aware of.
Have they in any way benefited from taxpayers' money?
They have not benefited from the taxpayers' money in any way that I'm aware of.
The people who are appointed by the municipal board, are they usually paid or appreciated by way of allowances?
I would answer to that because...
It's a yes or no question. Are they usually appreciated or draw salaries or allowances from the county?
No.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not the payroll manager to know, but these people, this is an autonomous body that is not supposed to be paid.
Have you tried to seek information from the payroll master on whether these people are being paid by county coffers?
I have not, and if they were paid, then it's a duplication of functions by refusing people who are paid to do the job they are paid for.
Thank you. Let's go to the other roadside appointment at Timau. And here you accuse the governor of appointing firefighters.
Yes.
What are the names of those appointees that were appointed as firefighters?
They're being pointed there from the evidence that we have where the governor is asking.
What are the names of the appointees?
I don't have the exact names.
You do not have the names
Yes.
of the appointees?
Yes.
Do you know if those people who are presented to the governor were eventually ever recruited or hired to serve as firefighters?
That is immaterial.
Order, Mheshimiwa, kindly take
Unguided, Honorable Chair.
just a minute.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you to win your case, okay? The lawyer is destroying your case. Answer his questions slowly and to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Chair, perhaps extend some
I'll give you
courtesy to him by offering him a bottle of water. He
Yes.
can relax.
Yeah, be given some.
I have some.
Nobody's going to fight here and whatnot. You know, when you allege, the law is very clear. He who alleges must prove. So when you refuse that burden, your evidence becomes garbage. So take time, don't rush, and prove. And for God's sake, for the final time, if you will consider any question as being immaterial, we will declare you either a hostile witness or a witness who is not cooperative. That is not our intention. Please.
Point taken, Honorable Chair.
Chair, can I crave your leave? I think, Chair, we have been constrained to point out, there is nowhere this witness in the impeachment motion has alleged that that committee or any of the people drew salaries or benefits, so that although the question may be relevant, it is unfair for him to be asked a question and told if he alleges he must prove, because although the question is admissible, he has not actually alleged anywhere in the motion that these people drew salaries or benefits and those sort of things. So I'm saying let's also be fair to the witness. If he has alleged anything and he must prove it to the four corners of his allegation, but things he hasn't alleged, he will of course struggle to answer questions about things he hasn't alleged, and it is imputed that he has alleged them.
Counsel. I'm told you are a classmate of Edwin Sifuna. It therefore means you have practiced law for a while. And you know that at the end of this exercise, we will give you an opportunity to do what you are attempting to do. So could you hold your horse? Yes, hold your horse. Unless you want to take the witness stand.
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair. We had intended to raise that issue the Chair has raised, that throughout the examination in chief, even when the Counsel for the Assembly offered opinions and answers to be confirmed by the witness, we did not object for the sake of time. And Chair is good and we appreciate that you confirm. Let us not be interjected. We are flowing very well with this uncooperative witness until the Council stood. Let him allow us to struggle. We resort to Chair for guidance. Let us not be interjected. Thank you for protection.
Thank you. And then, my dear Counsel for the Governor, we are managing time. I've already given you 45 minutes. So know how to use your time. Or are you competing for the 1 hour?
No.
Don't hang too much on small print and fail to tackle the big issues.
Thank you, Chair. I am on to my last two questions. Then I usher in my learned friend to proceed with the rest of the cross-examination. DMK, of all the alleged roadside recruitments, have you gotten any confirmation from the County Public Service Board that indeed any of those nominees was eventually recruited?
No, I have not.
You have not. Has the County Public Service Board ever complained that their roles and mandate is being usurped by the governor?
I have not seen such a complaint anywhere.
You have not seen any. Lastly, in all the rallies, Timau, Kobo, Kianjai, and the Meru stage, were you present?
I was not.
You are not.
Yes.
So you cannot confirm the context under which those pronouncements were made.
I can confirm from the videos and the TV because I follow TV. I can confirm from the videos and from the speeches, and it was clear as to the intentions.
Do those videos cover the entire event from beginning to end?
Of course not. They are very long.
They do not. So you are not aware of the actual context under which those statements were made?
I'm aware of the context. I'm aware of what I have adduced, as to the intention of hiring that the governor has done.
Yet you confirm that none of those people were ever eventually hired or recruited.
I've not seen any
Thank you.
from the service board.
Thank you. I usher in my brother to proceed.
Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Mr. DMK, how are you?
I'm very fine, sir.
Please put your name on Hansard, sir.
My name is Manassas Mwangi. Manassas Mwangi, appearing for the Governor of Meru County, Her Excellency Kawira Mwangaza. DMK, you're serving the people of Meru for the second term.
Yes.
Have you been employed in public service?
Yes.
What capacity?
I was a loans officer at the Higher Education Loans Board.
What was your probation period?
The probation period was 3 months.
3 months.
Yes.
In a public service, also in certain position, the probation period is 6 months.
Yes.
Thank you. In the videos that you played to this house, were you present during the events covered in the video?
No.
Did you know any person who was present in those videos?
In some I know.
In some you know.
Yes.
About how many? Roughly?
I'll need time to count so that I can give the correct answer.
Very well. You have produced how many videos in total? You can't remember.
Supposed to be 17.
17.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you ask the persons who were present to avail you with any statement confirming the statements and the photos you saw in the video?
Yes, in at Egoji and at Moronkanga.
And you were provided with the statements?
Yes, the statements are part of the testimony.
Were they statements in the county assembly motion consideration?
They were not in that.
They were not. So in giving your evidence, you have given a lot of explanation on those videos, and you have also referred us to the transcripts. Now that you are not present where the video was captured, do you want this committee to rely on the transcripts that you have provided?
Yes, and like the chair indicated, they are going to call an expert and Meru to see about the transcriptions, whether they are right.
They are going to watch the video with an expert.
Yes.
So they should disregard any matter outside the transcription that you stated in evidence. That's correct?
That is up to the committee to decide.
Very well. I want to refer you to the video you showed at Igoji Secondary School. You were not present.
I was not.
When was the video, when was that event held? Would it be 24th of October?
Yes.
And there were another video of chaos. Honorable Chairman, the video at Igoji Secondary School was Annexure 11. And the other video I'm referring to about the chaos is Annexure number 17. In Annexure number 17, that is a video when the governor had attended the county assembly to offer her address.
Yes.
And that was on 19th of October.
Yes.
The day before the governor's address on 18th of October, there was a press conference by all the MCAs. Do you recall?
Yes.
The Speaker of the Meru County was also present.
Yes.
And he also counted himself as the 70th MCA of the County Assembly of Meru. Do you remember that video?
I don't recall that particular.
You don't recall.
Yeah.
You refresh your memory later. But you remember there was a press conference.
Yes.
And the members of the county assembly said they are not able to work with the governor.
The members
Of the county assembly. In that press conference of 18th, you can't recall. Let's go to the video annexure number 11.
Council,
Yes.
we would like to hear his answer. Don't answer for him. What is your answer?
Because I never spoke in that particular press conference myself, but I don't remember the members. The members they may have stated that there is an hostile working environment in the county.
Do you remember the speech by the speaker himself?
No,
You don't
I
remember.
don't remember the specifics.
Were you present?
Yeah, but at the very behind, because we are 67 of us, so it's like 3 maybe who spoke, and I was at the very back.
You couldn't hear.
I have seen maybe some of the videos that have been adduced from your side.
You seem not to remember, Honorable Chairman, what transpired. I was referring to the events of 19th October to relate to the video annexure 11 and to indicate that the matters that the Wananchi were asking Mr. Mwendandiri to apologize about were the events of 19th October 2022. Is that correct?
I would not answer in the affirmative because the governor in a request for the apology did not indicate that.
No. Were you present in that meeting?
The 19th one?
No, the one for 24th.
The one at the assembly?
No. The one where Mwendandiri.
No, I was not there.
You are not there?
Yes.
That's why I'm asking, would you be able to tell whether the subject of apology were the events of 19th October 2022? You tell me whether you know or you do not know. You do not know. So the matters in that video you cannot verify.
I can verify the fact that the member was asked to apologize to the public. And he said, I'm not aware why I'm apologizing, so I will not.
But before that video at that point, you do not know what had transpired before the members rose to speak.
The governor was beginning our speech with him.
Okay, very well. Chairman, I would kindly request to play a video which is annexure number 11. What was played was annexure number 11A, and it is the same content, but number 11 is a little longer, and it has very crucial information, Chair. I'll play on it for about 10 seconds.
Vice Chair, please approach the chair. Please come. Please come over. Thank you, Council. Council, it requires that you do an application, but we are doing it a bit faster. Instead of you going through the formalities of applying for that, we will allow you, because we also didn't restrict the county assembly when they are requested for videos to be played. And secondly, you are not introducing anything new. You are playing the same video, only that you are playing it longer.
That's true.
So you are allowed.
And it's theirs.
Yeah.
Annexure 11, there's 11 and 11A. I would like to question that point. In their own evidence, the mover of motion has produced evidence that says the MC Akithi Ward, Mwenda Adhiri, refuses requests by Mwana Inchi to apologize and work together. It is their own evidence. They supplied to us, they supplied to this committee, but it was deliberately not played.
Chairman,
he says he was not present at this meeting.
Chairman,
Let's confirm that.
Chairman, perhaps council can confirm to us whether that caption is exactly what the governor is saying. Is it a translation of anything that is happening there? It's a caption. It's
a caption.
So how is it related to what the governor is saying or what actually the crowd is saying?
Honorable Chair, this is a video we will also play when we are giving our evidence in chief, and it's their evidence, and it's their own caption. And actually that is what transpired. The honorable member for this ward, Mwenda Idhiri, arrived late during this meeting. It was a developed meeting.
Chair, I think now council is giving evidence, and I don't think that is.
I was giving context to this video, and I was saying...
allow the context to come from your witnesses and the witnesses that you are cross-examining. I don't think it's proper for you to do that.
Thank you very much.
Council, you are not losing anything. We're going to protect you when it comes to your time to present the evidence of your side.
Very well.
To do what you are doing. Let's not look like we are allowing you to give evidence during cross-examination. That would be unprocedural.
I understand, Chairman, I'm well guided. I only feared they may say we did not avail that video during their time, when it was their time to answer. But we will deal with it now that we broadcast it. Let's go to the events of 24th of October.
Chair, sorry. Thank you for the intervention of Senator of Nairobi. We can skip that as long as they will be given a chance to cross-examine the same witness about this video. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, I'm guided.
Proceed.
The events of 24th of October, these are events pursuant to the standing orders of the County Assembly. Is that correct?
Yes.
Order number 20. That the governor is required to give an address at the opening of the assembly?
Yes.
Or was it any other ordinary address?
It is at the opening of the assembly.
At the opening of the assembly. She was formally invited by the speaker for that purpose?
Yes.
The invitation was formally gazetted?
Yes.
The governor came and found the gate closed. In the video that we broadcasted, annexure number 17. Is that correct?
That's correct.
The governor actually walked from outside the county assembly into the premises and precincts of the county assembly. Is that correct?
Yes.
We saw the governor walking.
Yes.
The governor then went to the assembly hall and began giving her speech, and everyone walked away. All the county assembly members. Is that correct?
There were events before that.
No. Did the MCAs walk away?
Yes.
The governor was standing and giving an address.
Yes.
Regardless of the reason.
Yes.
Thank you. Did the speaker caution any of the county assembly members walking away as an unparliamentary conduct?
None that I've seen.
Yeah?
None that I've seen.
None that we have seen.
Yeah.
Then after that, the speaker drew the attention of the governor to the empty house.
Yes.
And asked the governor to leave the podium.
Yes.
And the governor walked to the precincts of the parliament where the cars had now been allowed into the parliament, the county assembly.
She went with the speaker to his office.
Then eventually left the premises.
After the meeting with the speaker.
After meeting the speaker?
Yes.
Were you in the meeting with the speaker?
I was not.
You are not?
Yes.
She boarded her vehicles inside the premises of the assembly?
Yes.
And drove out of the gate in her vehicle?
Yes.
You said that the governor came with a huge crowd and subdued any force, and they opened the gate.
She came with a crowd.
With a big crowd.
Yes.
This would think was a crowd supporting her, mobilizing her, rallying her, or what kind of a crowd was it?
They were chanting
Yes.
our name,
Yes.
and singing, outside the gates of the assembly.
So you're also saying that the governor has a following in that county?
She has a following.
She has a following.
Yes.
It's not all the county residents who require the governor out as undesirable.
Yes.
It's not all of them.
Yeah, it's not all of them.
Thank you very much. When she was living at the gate, again, the mob and the crowd that had come with the governor demanded an address from her. Did you see that?
I didn't see them demanding because she went out on top of the car.
She went out on the top of the car?
Yes, when she was leaving.
But she gave an address outside?
Outside the gate, yeah.
From the videos you saw, the governor pelted with stones?
From the video we played, actually, I saw stones flying and some were flying.
From inside the premises of the county assembly?
When the husband was shouting,
No.
MCs are throwing stones, I was seeing people, crowds inside.
Mr. Witness, once you answer my questions as yes or no, we are able to move quickly to the next one. And you have an opportunity for the examination.
Yes.
Your counsel will come and allow you time and guide you to clarify and
Yes.
give a story.
Yes.
If you have an alternative fact. The governor in the course of the address was pelted with stones.
Yes, I saw stones flying.
The stones were emanating from the premises of the county assembly.
No?
The governor was outside the gate.
Yes.
Where did you see stones coming from?
From the followers she was coming with.
She was from the followers.
Yeah,
Were they inside or outside the county assembly?
Since they were scattered everywhere, so
Yeah.
they were just coming into the assembly.
We'll still play the videos and you see where the stones were coming from.
Yes.
At some point, the police had to use tear gas to quell the violence.
Yes.
At that point, did you hear the governor says, even if we are pelted, we are not going to fear? Did you hear that from the video?
She was not talking about being pelted. She was saying,
Yes.
I'm not a coward.
Did you hear her saying she is not going to fear?
Yeah, she said I'm not going to fear.
She said it.
Yes.
Thank you. When you look at the standing orders number 20, the county assembly has so much power, oversight as well as legislative, and they can even invite the governor to answer to any question, a special address. Do you understand that power of the county assembly?
Yes.
Do you remember the county assembly of Meru exercising that power at any point to invite the governor to address all the issues you are lamenting in your from the county assembly asking the governor for any explanation on the things you have lamented about?
Yes, during the impeachment motion.
And before then, before the
No.
motion?
No.
Yourself, did you ever write to the governor complaining about what she was doing as a citizen of Meru? Because you said you have brought this motion as a public-spirited Marian.
I did not
Did you write
anything.
any letter?
No.
You did not.
Yeah.
You did not even seek to visit the governor for a courtesy call for that purpose?
I did.
Did you meet?
No, she was not available. I called her.
You called her.
Yes, she told me she's going to Egoji, so I should go there to meet, to tell her what I want there.
Oh, she had a program.
Yes.
And she informed you of the program.
Yes.
Did you, since you had time, you were looking to meet her?
Yes.
Did you go to Igoji?
I did not because I had other duties. I wanted to meet her in town.
You had other duties.
Yes.
But you had time to meet the governor that day.
Yes.
You had time to meet the governor that day that you had called. That's why you had called her.
I wanted to meet her at the assembly because the activities were around the assembly. For maybe 30 minutes, I come back. Our office is just opposite of the road.
On the sidelines of the assembly.
Yes.
Okay. You've talked about verification of leaders. And you've talked about the current Honorable Minister for Agriculture.
Yes.
Did you have any conversation with the minister that he ever felt verified by the governor?
So I gave him some calls and they went unanswered.
The calls went unanswered.
Yes, by him, yeah.
Did you ever write to him and inform him, even you are bringing this motion and he's a subject?
No.
No. Have you seen the many photos on the Twitter and Facebook of the governor of Meru County and the CS for Agriculture having courtesy calls and enjoying coffee?
I have seen them.
You have seen them?
Yes.
Chairman, that's a very important statement. You have also seen the governor of Meru County launching the tree planting exercise with the CS for Agriculture and the Honorable Member of Parliament, Rahim Dawood.
And also MCAs were present.
Even MCAs were present?
Yes.
Which MCAs do you remember are present?
The speaker was there.
The speaker was there?
The majority whip was there.
The majority whip
and
was
several
there.
others were there during the launch of the tree planting exercise at the invitation of the CS.
Oh, very
The
well.
CS who had written to us.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you see any animosity between the two?
Between?
The CS and the governor? The CS for Agriculture? Did you see any animosity?
From the recent picture,
In those
pictures,
events that you attended together with them?
personally I was not there, but
you
from
were
the
not
pictures I've seen,
Yes.
there was no animosity from the pictures.
In fact, all attendants were very happy. You can see Rahim Dawood laughing.
I've seen pictures. I don't know you can date happiness and what somebody was laughing about on a Facebook picture.
Yeah. But you can see them laughing, whether you know the reason or not.
I've seen such pictures.
You have seen such pictures. Very well. There is an allegation that the county governor of Meru has decided to control all institutions, including the sagas. You broadcast to us one video of the governor talking about the Meru Level 5 hospital. Do you recall?
Yes, but it was not all.
It was not
Like you have put it.
I'm interested in just what you broadcasted.
Yeah, we're talking
For
about
this
the Meru Level 5 hospital, not all the sagas.
Meru Level 5 hospital.
That was the subject.
Actually, that's what I want us to discuss. In that video, the governor talks about the mental health of the health workers. Do you remember?
Yes.
She says there is need for wellness for the health workers.
Yes.
And she asks the management to think about the wellness of the health workers.
Yes.
In that statement, even where she's commenting about the money the hospital raises, do you hear her mention the word budget?
The word budget is not mentioned directly.
Is it mentioned indirectly?
Yes.
Good. It is your understanding that semi-autonomous government agencies are self-accounting and they have their own budgets?
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes.
So they can prepare a budget and they factor all the concerns the government the governor thought are good to be addressed on behalf of the health workers?
Yes.
And they be factored in the budget?
Yes.
And that would be legal and proper?
Yes, if the money is requested through the normal
let's go
channels.
step by step. We are coming there.
Yeah.
That would be legal and proper.
Yes.
To the best of your knowledge, has any budget so far been prepared on behalf of that saga?
On behalf of Meru Teaching?
Yes.
None that I'm aware of.
None that you are aware of?
Yes.
So do you know whether the programs the government proposed during that meeting are going to be implemented and whether they will be implemented legally or illegally?
We would know
Would
if we
you tell?
saw them in our budget. You can't tell.
No. They have
You
not
can't
happened.
tell.
They have not happened. Can you tell?
No.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
There is another very emotive issue that you have raised. I don't know why you decided to bring it, but it's about the church. You remember you played two videos that affect the church. There was one that had persons with red robes. That's the clergy. I think that was annex number 10. Annex number 10
Yes.
that you played for us. You saw a gentleman who was in a pale green sweater giving a warning that we do not know what the color red means in church? Do you remember?
Yes.
You remember. You also saw another person who is able differently. I think he's called Macarena.
Yes, I saw him.
You saw Macarena?
Yes.
Is that his proper name? Or that's
I think that's a nickname.
That's a nickname.
Yes.
But you remember him talking about the curses?
Yes.
And saying that the governor doesn't know what he's praying with, and his advisors, I don't know whether Mutuma was envisaged, are not educated.
I saw him saying that.
You saw him say that. Do you agree with him?
That is his opinion. I don't agree with it.
You do not agree with him.
Yes.
It's important that goes on record. His witness do not agree with the content of that video.
Not the video, but the content of the
saying
speech.
To that extent. I've said to that extent.
Yes.
Then in the prayer that you say is a prayer of mockery, before we go there, the governor responds to these statements by the individuals I've referred to. And she says that whether she is cast, whether they wear pink or purple, there will be blessing upon her. Do you remember her saying that?
Yes.
She says it doesn't matter how she's going, it's good, and whether the priests are wearing purple or pink, there will be blessings. You remember that?
Yes.
You also remember that she refers to a passage in the Bible and refers to a character in the Bible called Barak.
Yes.
And what does it say, Barak, what happened to Barak? Was it Barak or Balaam?
I think it's Balaam.
Balaam.
Yes.
What happened to Balaam? He was sent to go and curse people of God, but he was tongue-tied.
Yes.
You remember that story in the Bible?
Yes.
So, when the governor is likening utterances by Macarena, which you do not agree with, to that story of Balaam, is she really mocking the church, or she's just giving a scenario for the church to learn from, or for the people to learn from, like Macarena?
In my evidence, I'm talking about the mocking of the video, the mock prayer, not.
No. I'm coming
Macarena.
to that one. I'm coming to that one. But to that extent, do you think there was anything wrong with the governor citing a story in the Bible and correlating it?
There was nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you very much. There was also the mock prayer. This was at Igoji Secondary School.
Yes.
And do you know the history of the foundation of that school?
Yes.
Do you come far away from the locality of that school?
No.
How far away?
It's in Imenti South,
And
in
that's-
Igoji West, in Igoji East Ward,
Yes.
and I'm also in Imenti South, Abogeta West.
Okay.
So it's two wards that separate
two
us.
wards apart.
One ward actually.
So this school is a Harambee school.
Yes.
Harambee school means that citizens, private citizens contributed pieces of land to bring up one parcel of land to become a school.
Yes.
That's the meaning.
Yes.
So this school was created out of the efforts, or the Harambee efforts of the community.
Yes.
And they brought land.
Yes.
And they initially built a school. Initially there was a school. Whether or not the church, I'm coming to the construction by the church.
Yes.
Initially there were classes.
I cannot confirm
You
who
cannot
who
confirm.
built, because the church was given as a trustee, so they built the school there. They were given the land and built as a trustee and built the school.
But were they given terms on how to manage the school?
So whenever land is given to a trustee,
Yeah.
so the trustee puts in, like it used to be in that time, probably the principal to oversee,
Yes.
funded by the trustee, or the trustee is involved somehow in the selection of the management committee, and a representative of the trustee is there to oversee what is happening.
Thank you. This was a Harambee school.
Yes,
It is registered as such.
yes,
So by the time the church is being given the school,
yes.
it's already a going concern, or it's a running school, by the time they are being made a trustee. Or was the church given empty land?
The church was allocated. Normally what used to happen when these lands were consolidated,
No.
they were given a trustee so that they don't get grabbed
Yeah.
or disappear.
Yes.
So the church was given as a trustee
Yes.
of that land
Yes.
when it was consolidated from the public.
Okay, thank you. In relation to this particular school, would you know whether the community had any concerns about the school? Management or otherwise?
I wouldn't know because
you wouldn't.
somehow
Yes.
the trustee was running the school and they closed it down.
They closed
So it
it
has
down.
been running closed for quite some time when the county came in to lease the facilities around it.
Thank you very much. The school has been closed.
Yes.
Approximately from when?
I cannot speak to the time, but
Was it
the school was closed.
before COVID?
No, that school could have been closed maybe 2010 or thereabout.
Oh.
A long time ago. The classes have just been lying there.
Oh, over
With the
10
trustee
years.
doing other things in the compound.
The trustee are doing something else in
Yes.
the compound. Thank you very much. So, did you know about the functioning of this school or what the trustees are doing or why the county assembly has leased, the county government has leased back the school?
I would know that the county government leased the land
First of
from
all,
the
tell us
trustee.
whether you know or you don't, so that you know whether we move on to that question.
Whether I know why the county leased.
Yes, and under what terms?
Yes, I know the county leased the hospital.
Yeah?
They leased the classes for use by the Meru service.
They leased the
Yes,
classes.
from the trustee.
Okay. What is it being used for now by the county?
To train youth under the Meru service, whereby once they are recruited,
Yes.
they go there for discipline training and so many other things before they are posted to various colleges.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Was that leasehold a subject of discussion or debate in the county assembly, whether in the current one or the previous one?
The previous one was there, it was not a subject of discussion.
Yes.
It never arose.
Yes.
The current one, the matter has not yet come to the assembly.
So if it was not debated in the county assembly in the previous assembly,
Yes.
I saw the lease was entered in 2019.
Yes.
Honorable members, I'm referring to a lease agreement in the governor's bundle of documents, volume 2, and it commences at page 112. So when that lease was entered in 2019, it is possible there are even so many MCAs who do not know what are the nature of operations in that premises.
Yes.
It's true.
It's true.
If MCAs who are the leaders do not know, it's also possible that the citizens may not know.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Yes.
It's also possible that the governor, since she was not the governor in the previous government, she may not be aware the terms of engagement of those facilities. Is that possible?
It's not possible.
Why?
Because she went there knowing very well with documents,
Did you
with
ask?
requests for payment. So I believe she was briefed by
No. I want you to answer
Yes.
to matters of personal knowledge,
Yes.
not belief.
Yes.
Give us what you know. And you tell us, I know the governor knows because there is this letter where she inquired and she was informed by this house or by this office.
Yes.
Do you know of such communication that makes it peremptory, the knowledge of the governor?
I do not know.
You do not know.
Yes.
That day, the governor made a prayer,
Yes.
the famous prayer.
Yes.
And the prayer was also played here.
Yes.
In that prayer, the governor starts by exalting and appreciating the role the church has played.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
But she also says that whatever the church has done wrong, God to enter into them and do right thing. And whatever is not theirs, they return. You remember?
Yeah, she said.
The prayer?
Yeah, she said that in the prayer. They returned 5 million.
They returned 5 million.
Yes.
Very well. And that was mocking statement in your view.
Yes.
That is what is deemed vilification of church leaders.
Yes.
So when I tell you that the governor made an inquiry later and she understood that land had actually been leased and these persons were trustees, would you say that that is not accurate, or she was already in view of the knowledge? Based on your personal information, personal knowledge, would you know?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Honorable members and Honorable Chair, there is a report that the governor sought on the status of this land. And as you've said, you've had this report is at page 107, bundle of documents in support of the governor's answer, volume 2. At page 107,
Yes, Council.
yes, and at page 143 that follows, there is a document from the church, and you can see in that document the church explains what it understands is the nature of that land and the two public institutions operating on that land.
Through the chair.
Thank
Chairman, I do not want to question my colleague's style, but wouldn't it be better if he led these documents during the taking of his own witness and use his time to put questions to this witness about the things that he has told this committee?
I think, Council,
yes,
the senator has a point.
yes.
But I don't want to take away anything from you, because even the guidance the senator is giving you, you are still within the framework, because what you are asking arose when the council of the county assembly was making their case. But the senator we are requesting you, that which you can reserve for your time tomorrow, do so, and here just highlight. It don't look like you're prosecuting your case.
Very well.
Yeah,
I understand. I'm aware of this.
And for information,
Yes.
the county assembly did 1 hour 45 minutes, and you have now done 1 hour 10 minutes. And in the usual practice,
Yes.
your side cannot be given the same time. You're just supposed to, or am I out of?
No, Chairman.
Your time is supposed to be shorter.
In
Really.
a quarter of an hour,
Yeah.
I'll wrap up.
Yeah. Quarter of an hour.
Quarter of an hour.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Members, you okay? Very well.
There is one last charge on verification of readers. There was an MP called Mpuru.
Yes, Purwaburi.
Have you talked to him about this motion?
Yes, I did.
Did you receive any statement from him?
I did not take any statements
You
from
did
him.
not take any statement from
Yes.
him. He's a leader in Meru County.
Yes.
If he feels despised, he has ways of also approaching the governor or the relevant authorities.
He also has ways of complaining on his own.
He has also ways of complaining on it.
Yes.
And you have not seen the honorable member petition the county assembly?
No.
No. I'm going to the one issue which also rotates to the issue of the Igoji Secondary School, the appointment of the first gentleman as a patron of the youth, what is that position?
Patron of the Meru Youth Service.
Youth Service.
Yes.
In that video where that appointment was purportedly made by the governor, she followed with another appointment of the first gentleman as the ambassador of the hustlers for Meru.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
These hustlers, would you call them or classify them as mostly the youth or the senior citizens in the county?
Hustlers are maybe the people who are struggling.
People who are struggling.
Yes.
They are mostly the youths without jobs.
It's not the youth who are struggling in this country.
Mostly. I've used the word mostly.
We can say that.
We can say that.
Yeah.
You do not agree, or do you agree?
With the term hustlers.
In your understanding, I've by the way, really admired your eloquence and appreciation of the English language. I'm very impressed. Yeah. In your understanding of the English term patron, what do you understand it to mean? In the ordinary language.
Patron is like an overseer, someone who oversees what is happening in a particular area.
Let me put it otherwise. A patron is a ceremonial office. A patron is invited for ceremonies when a club or an organization or a group have a ceremony or an event. Patron people go for advice. They go to seek sponsorship. They go to seek connections with sponsors. And that's why even persons who frequent the watering holes, we are patrons to those bars. That's correct?
That's correct.
Because we support them.
That's correct.
So if I tell you that the understanding of the term patron is not a creature of a county office, but a ceremonial office for that purpose only, would you refute?
In this context?
No, in my context.
In your context, I will not
say
refute.
Yes or no?
In your, from the definition,
answer my question so that
I don't refute.
You do not refute.
Yes.
So you do not refute.
Yes.
Okay. There was the issue of the county order. I mean the order from the court, the conservatory order.
Yes.
When the motion was quashed,
yes,
you sought the advice of your counsel for interpretation of that order, as the governor did, on the purport of that order.
Yes, we did.
And you were advised?
I was advised.
Yes.
And I also read the court order.
No. I want to hear that you were advised that nothing stops you.
We were advised that the court order has quashed the motion dated 22nd November that was supposed to be debated on the November 30th.
Thank you very much.
And that
was when you sought advice from your counsel, you also expect the governor sought advice of her counsel?
Yes.
Would you charge her or verify her for following the advice of her counsel?
I cannot.
You cannot.
Yes.
You received a letter from her counsel explaining why they do not intend to appear, because they do not want to violate their own orders that they got in their own favor. You saw that letter?
I saw it. It was read.
Would you verify the governor for following such an advice and communicating to you?
I cannot verify the governor for following the advice of counsel.
Thank you very much. We are coming to the other issue of public participation. About how many people participated?
Roughly in the region of 3,000, by if you count
the region of 3,000.
The attachments, yeah.
And about how many approved the motion? How many approved the motion?
It's difficult to say exactly roughly, the number because
the same you have estimated roughly.
You can say 60-70% of the respondents were approving the motion because of the circumstances of the day.
60 or 70 people? 70%?
No, I'm saying 60-70% were approving the motion.
70% were approving the motion. So 70% of about 3,000. And the registered voters in Meru are 879,000. That correct?
That's 810,000.
810,000.
Yes.
Thank you for the exactitude. So in advertising for this motion, you put out radio adverts and newspaper adverts.
Yes.
In your target audience, how many read newspapers? in your estimation, in terms of percentage?
I don't have that statistic, so
Estimation.
I'll be lying
You
if I
have
give
formed
any
so many
number.
opinions, Mr. DMK. How many?
How can you tell how many
You
people in
cannot tell.
newspapers?
Did you advertise that motion in any formal gathering like a church?
The motion was advertised on newspapers and radio.
no.
A formal
I'm asking-
gathering like a church?
Did you advertise in the church?
No.
No. Did you sponsor a road show to advertise the motion?
No.
Did you understand the implications of this motion to overturn a whole election of a governor simply because she was undesirable to you?
I understand the implications
You understand the
of impeachment as provided by law.
Thank you very much. So you only did 2 advertisements. The other question I want to ask is, were you in the Windsor meeting that was convened, coordinated, and presided over by the chair of the County of Governors?
Yes, I was.
You was.
Yes.
And it was a meeting between the governor and the MCAs
Yes, and a select team of governors.
and certain team of governors.
Yes.
And you agreed on a way forward.
Yes.
There's also a letter where the governor wrote to the county assembly asking for a consultative meeting to the assembly.
Yes.
All of you had gone to the grassroots. You remember?
Yeah.
Or that's the response the speaker gave.
Yes, yes.
You also remember that in your motion you lament that the governor is going to the grassroots alone.
In the motion, I have not indicated anywhere
Not
about the
used.
governor going to the ground alone, and that's not a crime.
You've not indicated anywhere.
Yes.
In that, when the county speaker said that you people are not available, was there any follow-up on the part of the assembly to propose dates when you could be available to meet the governor?
The burden was on the governor to select,
The burden is on the governor.
to select another date.
How will she know what is convenient a date for you?
By calling the speaker and talking, because the correspondence was between the two.
Did you inform her that she has a burden to call the speaker and arrange a date?
I think she should have read the letter that the speaker wrote.
No. In that letter, did you
Yes.
see anywhere she's told to call?
Yeah, the speaker has mentioned that the governor can select another date.
No. I'm talking about, you
Yes.
said a phone call to the speaker to arrange and agree which date is convenient to the MCAs. Is there such a statement in that letter?
There is no statement like
There's
that
no
in his letter.
statement.
Yeah.
You, in the course of examination, cross-examination, you have also admitted that you made certain attributes about the governor that may not be very happy. Would you also like to be prosecuted for those utterances?
Which utterances are these?
That the governor cannot read 1 billion shillings, the governor cannot manage 63 million, the governor is illiterate, the governor
I don't
is
think-
not elegant, the governor is not flamboyant. she's
Council, I have
a
not
showboat.
made all those allegations in
Yeah.
my speech. It was about mathematics in that speech, and I do not wish to address issues that you have handed to what I had said in that particular video, because my talk was all about the numbers, and it was a campaign speech anyway before the elections, and the matters before us are events that have happened after the elections. There are so many matters that happened before the elections. If you are going to dig campaign speeches,
Yes.
you're going to want even charges to the governor.
You have said that the governor has violated the Public Finance Management Act.
Yes.
Has the governor expended any money without the approval of the county assembly?
No.
Has he expended any money without a budget?
No.
Has the county lost any money?
None that I'm aware of.
None that you are aware of.
Yes.
Has she paid any ghost worker who is not on the payroll, to the best of your knowledge?
I'm not aware of the payroll in the presence or absence of ghost workers.
You are not aware of.
Yeah.
When the governor came to address the county assembly on 24th of October,
Yes.
and there was a crowd, and then she was pelted with stones, would you ascribe that day as a governors meeting where she organized a riot, or she had come to address the county assembly?
I don't think she had come in peace.
No, she had not come in peace.
Yes.
But you cannot say she organized riots. Did you see her organizing
If I
riots?
come with a crowd of goons, you know, by the way they dress and everything, chanting, I think you would be the one who has mobilized them, because there's no way they could have known you are coming so that they come at the assembly.
But the previous day, the county assembly MCAs, including the speaker, had given a public address.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
So could the members have also been incited by that public address?
The members of the public,
Yeah. Would you know whether they were incited?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility.
I don't think
But
there are
the
incitements
MCA
from the members unless you pin them out that this was inciting and could have read the crowd coming to the assembly chanting.
But you expect members of the public had that? There was a misconduct in respect to CECs.
Yes.
Has the governor gazetted the number of CECs who will serve in her cabinet?
She gave the list in her speech.
Yeah.
She gave a speech from her office.
She gave a speech.
Yes.
But you don't know any cabinet position she has gazetted that she has violated. Do you know any?
Reframe your question.
The way a cabinet is constituted in the county level, the governor decides how many ministers she will have, and she gazettes those offices. Is that correct?
She doesn't gazette, but she writes to the assembly saying she has nominated these members of the county executive committee member.
Is there a time limit within which she must do that?
There is no particular time limit.
Is there or there is not?
There is no particular time limit.
There is no particular time.
Yes.
So she is still within her time.
I wouldn't say that, because she would have left the names as 3, as they were.
She should
Not,
have left-
not trying to go around the law.
Then there was allegations that on the day that the motion was coming up, all of you dressed in uniforms, black ties, white shirts, and red ties, and black suits. Is that correct?
That's how the members were dressed with parliamentary
Or
attire.
it was a happenstance or coincidence?
It's a parliamentary attire.
Or it's parliamentary?
Yes.
Okay. The members also danced outside the assembly.
Outside the assembly, that particular day, no.
Another day they had danced.
Maybe before that, but on that particular day, the members, the motion took too long because it ended at night.
And
So the members left going home.
on 24th October, they also chanted outside the parliament building.
Yes.
Yes. That's all, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You've done very well. I want to congratulate the witness. This latter phase, you have behaved like a good witness. Congratulations and thank you. Counsel, you have completed your examination in chief.
Yes.
So I just want you on this call, your re-examination to be really light.
It will, Chair, and it should not take long. I will only ask 2 or 3 questions.
How many minutes do you want?
If you give us 10 to 15 minutes, it should be enough.
I will give you 10.
Okay.
Just some guidance. I was thinking probably it would be neater if council was to take the re-examination after the questions from the senator, so that the senators...
That he combines.
Correct. So
I
that
think
he
so.
won't have to come back to tie loose ends that may be loosened by the senator's questions. And perhaps, Chairman,
Sorry, Senator for Nairobi, I must rule in the negative. The reason being the tradition has already been set in the other 6 impeachment processes that have taken place in Senate, and also we can easily switch the minds of the witness not in line with the prosecutions that they have done. So let them finish, because you are taking up the matter. It's more global. You are free to ask the things they have said here and ask even more. So let's give them, and then also members, to manage it slightly better. The witness will not be useful to us unless I replenish his glucose. So he will need a break, take tea, then come back when he's recomposed. Probably the bladder is full now, he's even not able to.
Most obliged.
So it's 10 minutes, sir.
Yes, and we'll share the 10 minutes with my learned friend, Mr. Jacob Ngwele. I will only ask a few questions. Chair, I'm referring to volume 4 of the Assembly's document. Sir, please look at volume 4 very quickly. Page 16. Let's begin at page 10, the very last paragraph. Does it show the number of people who participated in the public participation? By way of overview, does it show at page 10, the very second last line?
Page 10?
Second last line.
Yes.
It says how many people gave their views orally?
1,300.
Let's go to page 16. Again, the last paragraph. Who does it say conducted the public participation? Can you read your last paragraph very quickly?
The mover of the impeachment motion, the Honorable DMK Kyogora, is particularly grateful to the offices of the Speaker, the Clerk of the County Assembly, members of the County Assembly of Meru, staff, members of the public for facilitating the public participation on the 13th of December 2022 in accordance with the law.
Does this show that it is officers of the Assembly who are in charge of this exercise?
Yes.
Let's now go to page, still on volume 4. A suggestion was made to you, sir, that all the memoranda opposing the motion are handwritten and the others are typed, and therefore they must have been computer generated. Do you recall that line of questions?
Yes.
Now let's go to page 535. Is that a view? First of all, is that an email? Because a question arose about emails.
Yes, this is an email printed from the...
Is that email handwritten?
No.
Page 36, is it an email?
Yes, this is an email.
Is it handwritten?
No, it's not handwritten.
Page 537, is it an email?
Yes, it's an email.
Is it handwritten?
No.
Page 538, is it an email?
It's not. It's an email.
Is it handwritten?
It's not.
And we could do that up to page 539, correct or incorrect?
It's correct.
Are those emails in support or in opposition of the motion?
Actually, some are supporting, but the majority are opposing the impeachment.
Majority are in opposition. Let's go to page 540 very quickly. Is that a handwritten or a typed memorandum?
543.
540. 540, sir, of volume 4.
This one is typed.
At page 541 and even at page 540, the title, is that a memorandum in support or in opposition to the impeachment motion? The heading, the last part of the heading on page 540?
This one is opposing the impeachment.
Is it therefore correct for you to be asked whether all the memoranda in opposition are handwritten?
It's incorrect.
Let's go to page 542. That's yet another memoranda. Is it in support or in opposition to the motion? You can look at 543. It's actually written in bold at the bottom of
I hereby do not support the impeachment motion for Honorable Kawira Mwangaza.
So this memorandum, is it handwritten?
No, it's typed.
The last question from me before my colleague Jacob Ngwele takes over is about whether the husband was receiving a pay. And I'm referring, Chair, to volume 1 at page 60. Do you have volume 1 with you, sir? Volume 1 of the Assembly's documents. That, sir, is a letter from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. What did the commission say about whether the husband was receiving?
Sorry, Council, which page?
Page 60 of volume 1 of the Assembly's documents. From the bottom, Chair, it is the 5th paragraph from the bottom of page 60. Please read for us what the Ethics and Anti-Corruption said about the issue of whether the governor's husband was receiving a salary or not.
While the information within our knowledge is that Mr. Murega Baisho will be performing his duties without pay, we find this inconsistent with this provision because the office he occupies is a public office within the meaning of this article, whether or not it draws a salary. This section 59 of the County Government Act 2012 provides that the functions...
We can leave it at that,
okay,
sir. Chair, I will donate the remaining minutes to my learned friend, Mr. Jacob Ngwele.
Mheshimiwa, I'll be very brief, just seeking some clarifications from your end. The issue of illegal appointments, you've said, you've been asked.
Mr. Ngwele.
Yes.
We know you, but the answer doesn't know you in this case.
I'm sorry.
Please put your name.
I'm sorry, Chair. My name is Jacob Ngwele. Just that I was rushing because you had 5 minutes. Maybe you can add me as another 2 because you know me. Okay, you've been asked a question relating to why did you choose impeachment instead of inviting the governor to appear before the committee. Was it evidence that impeachment is only cure?
Is it?
Impeachment was the only option in view of the charges brought forward. Impeachment was the only option.
Impeachment was the only cure, like I said during the previous cross-examination. And
there is no legal requirement on which steps you should choose?
Yes, it's up to the Assembly. It's up to the move of the motion to convince the Assembly.
And the issue of the patron, can you confirm that a patron of a public institution exert influence on that institution? Does he have influence?
Yes.
He has influence on that particular institution. There's the issue of municipalities, the issue raised about municipalities, and that the committee which was formed.
Yes, I can hear an objection. Well, I just hold.
As I mentioned earlier, we constrained ourselves on the approach by council to suggest answers to witness, and the witness confirms. At this juncture, we have no option that to really oppose that line of examination because we do not have any other opportunity. Once the answers we have already received from the witness have been changed due to the suggestions by council, let the council give a background and ask open-ended questions for the witness to narrate his story. It is the movers of the motion story. It's not the story of the council. Let the answers come from the witness, not the council. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Council, you're perfectly in order. I think even Sifuna will agree with me that, Mr. Ngwele, you are now engaging in leading questions. And therefore that objection is sustained Anything that you have attempted to ask through leading questions will not amount to any contribution before this committee.
I stand guided, Chair. Mr. DMK, Mheshimiwa, was it your evidence that taxi and parking, they are preserve of the county government? They are function which are preserve of the county government. That was your evidence?
No.
The issue of parking, taxi and parking spaces, that is a work
It's
of
the preserve of the county, the municipal management board to designate taxis where they're supposed to operate them, or affairs regarding the operations in the municipality.
So creating another committee will be contravention of that particular function?
Yes.
That was your evidence? The other issue, the issue of the videos, we have been asked a lot of questions about videos here. Was it when my lead counsel, Mr. Dr. Mutembei, was asking you a question, did they object, have they objected to the veracity or authenticity of the videos?
I have not seen any objections.
So nobody has raised any objections on that, on those videos?
Yes.
Back to the assembly, where the assembly stones were being thrown to the assembly. During your evidence, was it a testimony?
Your time is up, but I'll give you 3 minutes. Your time is up, you can see the red light.
Thank you. Was it your evidence that the governor, in one of the clips, admitted that she forced herself
Yes.
to the assembly?
Yes.
By force?
Yes.
That was the evidence you gave?
Yes.
And you stand by it?
I stand by that.
The issue of a hospital, was it also your evidence that using own source revenue, what was your evidence about it?
That the constitution does not allow that any collections by county bodies should be remitted to the county revenue fund, and then they should request the money through various the channels that they use to request money. Then the
that is your complaint. The
fact that the body is being told to retain money, it means they have not been retaining. There have been submitting the money to the county revenue fund. So if they were retaining the money, they needed not be directed.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwele. Members, Mr. Mwele is a long-serving member of this parliament, and is later on the county assembly of Nairobi. So he's gone into private practice. I don't know why. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a break of 15 minutes to allow the witness to recharge. Members, when we resume, it is now your time to seek clarification. When we are taking tea, we shall agree on a few issues of modus operandi. Thank you, everybody. Back to your holding zones. Tea is served. Then there will be 20 minutes then we'll give you back 10 minutes for you to examine. So organize your time accordingly. We will help you, plus or minus, but generally that is the direction. And then members will also have their time to intervene. Thank you. So you are free to start.
So, Chair.
The witness goes and takes the stand, your first witness. Council, that means you have
before this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you.
So, sir, can you tell this Honorable Senate what is your role in the matter before the Senate?
Thank you. My name is DMK, the MCA for Abogeta West. Having been elected for a second term to represent the people of Abogeta West, and I'm the mover of the motion seeking to remove the governor of Meru County from office by impeachment. And I'm also the minority party chief whip in the County Assembly of Meru.
Sir, let's begin with one preliminary matter. There are concerns that you are complaining on behalf of people who have not sworn an affidavit or complained before the Senate. What is your position on that issue?
Chair, just before he continues, Chair, I want to request Council to direct us to any affidavits that have been maybe filed by this witness so that we can follow as he gives his testimony.
That's correct.
Yes, Chair. We had written to the Senate and indicated that this particular witness will adopt the impeachment motion for purposes of his witness statement and the annexures to that motion, together with the videos for purposes of the evidence. So the committee can hold volume 1. We'll be going through volume 1 of the Assembly's documents. Volume 1. So, Honorable DMK, what is your position to the issue of whether you're complaining on behalf of the senator, on behalf of the cabinet secretary, and people who are not necessarily complaining?
Thank you, through the chairman. The Constitution empowers any citizen to raise a complaint about any matter, whether the matter affects them or affects other people. So in this regard, the people who are allegedly supposed to write maybe affidavits as the complainants and have not done so, we are the complainants at the Assembly, and I'm the mover of the motion. I'm the one who is complaining on their behalf, and I've been given that right by the Constitution of Kenya to complain on their behalf, and I have evidence to accompany my complaint. So affidavit can be treated as evidence, and as well as the videos that I have of the injustice that has been committed against them, and that's why I'm complaining about what happened or what they should maybe. That's why I'm the complainant about those issues.
Let's go straight to your allegations. Chair, on that evidence, maybe the committee can look at Article 3 and Article 258 of our Constitution. It's law, I don't need to waste your time on it. Let's go to the very first allegation, sir, that the governor appointed her husband to non-existent offices. What evidence have you placed before the Senate of those appointments?
I have annexed a video to the motion that was brought before this House as Annex 2, which I would like to request that the video be played to this committee, Annex 2 and Annex 5.
So, Chair, if we could perhaps see Annex 2. I won't be playing all the videos given the
And
time.
there is also Annex 2A, which is a transcription of the video. We have not indicated direct transcriptions on the videos so that we cannot tamper with the originality and authenticity of those videos. So I transcribed all of them into English, where the videos are in Kimeru language, so that we will be following those videos using the English transcriptions that are attached to that volume that the council has mentioned. So Annex 2.
Serikali ya gavana ni mama. Hiyo kuna